Hey there, my fellow privateers and pirates. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts. Episode 2, How to Turn a Profit with Illegal Salvage. Let's go to the next ship. I picked this ship because it was next to another ship. Because sometimes it's a bust. You get there and it's just a bust. Yeah, I feel like this was a sting operation that went wrong because the officer was like suffocating. Not my problem. I'm not here to help them. They wouldn't help me. Alright, so we're driving around the... whatever this ship is called. I could, at some point, return back when he's, like, suffocated and dead. And be, or she, or whoever. And be like, alright. Time to salvage. Alright, I'm going to take off my helmet so I don't, you know, asphyxiate from CO2 buildup. And let's go to the next ship over. Which is too bad. That was a really big ship. I would have loved to, you know, be able to poke around in it and salvage it, but not when the law enforcement is just like waiting for me there. Forget that. I ain't no fool. They would slap charges on me in an instant. And I gave him no time to talk to me. I was just like, bye! And that's exactly what I was referring to, is, yeah, the game can definitely make it hard for you at the start, where you're just heavily left to randomness. So here we are at our next salvage gig, and hopefully this one goes better, because we are burning through our O2, we are burning through our battery, we are burning through our RCS fuel. It's entirely possible to salvage those things on these derelicts, so if I run out of O2, I can find like an O2 tank and install it on my ship. So we don't necessarily have to pay the authorities to refuel our ship. We can just take what we need from these from the boneyard and survive that way too. All right, this is a rather larger ship too. I may be committing a crime. Yep, I'm aware. Helmet on. And going in. Oh, are you joking? There's a pirate here. He's gonna mug me. Alright, I'm out. Frickin' hell, man. Rough start, rough start. Let's get the hell out of here. I feel like the pirate and the law enforcement officer had some sort of battle, and now they're both, like, dying or whatever. I don't know. I'm just making up a story in my head, but those two ships are like only a kilometer apart. The Thundering Topiary. Alright, third time's a charm, right? That's the saying, as the saying goes. Alright, 0.8G, that works for me. Officer might be cooked by now. I don't want to risk it. It's not worth ending my run over getting a little greedy. If I had the money for the fine, I would consider it, but I don't have the money for the fine, so I want to play it safe. Oh, and now the music's, like, blowing my ears out. I actually really like the audio of this game. I feel like they took cues from, like, Kenshi, where it's atmospheric and like, leitmotif. It's really nice. All right, third time's a charm. Using the time controls to fast forward time rather than to accelerate towards it. Trying to keep my ATA around 7-ish seconds until I'm moving at about 30 meters per second. If you collide with something at about 30 meters per second, you're not going to usually take that much damage or get that hurt. Which is why that's my speed. This is an ultra large. Nice. The Lucid Parasite. A little worried about that name. But it's a large ship. And I don't see life signs. Oh, yes, but I see PDAs. PDAs can be a lot of money because there's information on them. So, all right, let's analyze as this is our first salvage. So anything with a tilde like this is broken. So this is a EVA suit battery charger, but it's damaged and you can repair it. I'm mostly, because we're doing Illegal Salvage, I'm here for the smash and grab. So I'm going to pry open some of these. Oh, you know what? I don't even have a crowbar. Pfft, never mind. What I could do is I could hack the locks, but let's actually go into the ones that are... Oh, I think I'm walking to a crowbar. I'm going to go to the ones that are open and see what are in them. A bunch of work safety posters. Not so interesting. Generally speaking, the bins and crates that you can interact with. Oh, so here's like a Bingham EVA battery. The crates and bins that you can interact with they're not the most wealthiest pieces of the ship. There are some small items that are worth a lot that can go into those bins, like certain drugs, or certain tools. But generally speaking, the most money that you're going to pull from a ship is the parts of the ship, not what is in the bins. So this is a damaged heater, a motor, mechanical parts. Something happened here. There's a bunch of dead people. And I can examine their dead bodies to try to figure out what happened to them. But you know what? I'm not being paid for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up their PDAs, hack their PDAs, and sell the information on them. Oh, here's another PDA. PDAs are really, really good. I'm actually going to get rid of my coveralls. I'm going to throw them away. They're in really bad condition, and they don't go under pressure suits, so I don't really want it. So what I'm initially looking for is loose spare tools that I could use to help me salvage and repair my own ship, or expensive items to uninstall. So I'm going through all their bins, trying to figure out what's what. And I'm finding mostly food items and water. Liquor doesn't really have a super high resale value. I mean, it's okay, but it's not great. We have a broken door here that I don't have a cutter. Oh no, I do have a cutter. So I can get through them, but I don't want to spend my time doing that just yet. We have a fridge that's broken, which is empty. We have an O2 can with 30% gas left, and an N2 can with 55. If the O2 can was above 50, it might be worth taking. But at 30%, it's not worth too much. The condition of the can doesn't really matter. It's the gas that's inside that matters. So, really filled O2 cans are awesome. Oh, Ossifex. That's a really nice drug. In fact, I am going to inject myself with this. So Ossifex helps to promote bone density growth so that your bone structure doesn't atrophy as a result of 0G or low G. So I'm going to inject these meds, even though they're really expensive. Because, and again, one of the overarching goals in the series is to not only work on our ship, but work on our people. And Ossifex would be something that's very handy for our character to use, so he can lose some of his unfit and feeble conditions. Alright, so you are bleeding dead. You are a New Cal illegal. And you're a criminal. So I'm gonna guess the criminal boarded and like murdered the other two and then died from injuries or something. Alright, nav stations are pretty expensive. These ones are broken, but they might be worth salvaging. Let's put that away. O2 can, 17%, so not worth it. Into 76, not bad. Alright, I think what I'm going to do... Oh no, never mind. Is right-click and repair the nav station. And what's going to happen here is my character is going to run around grabbing the requisite items, like scrap steel, electronic components, and the like, to repair this nav station so that it is not damaged, and then I can resell it. I can essentially flip it. Priam, thank you for this up. Cheers. And I do have 4 PDAs that I might be able to flip for money too. So once all of the required components are delivered to the nav station for repair, which is what I'm doing now, we'll start repairing it, which is a bit of a lengthy process. And then we can uninstall it and drag it back to our ship for sale. Now the other issue is I'm running out of oxygen here. So I'm probably going to need to turn back well before this is done to refill my oxygen by taking off my helmet. In fact, I'm going to do that now, just because my little tug is so far away from where I'm standing that I'm going to need to re-up my ox sooner than later. Having a more comfortable airtight ship definitely is a high priority. Also, let's go ahead and drop 2 of these PDAs on the ground here, and then put 1 in my clip point on my suit, so we have a little bit more storage space in our inventory. Before I continue to repair those nav stations, I'm going to tell my guy to pry open one of these crates, and he's going to, like, auto-walk to the nearest crowbar. Because I would very much love to have a crowbar. Because crowbars allow you to pry open door. Oh, what the hell? Oh, no, the same body. Alright, so there was a crowbar in this rack here. In fact, there's 2 of them. And a crowbar is also like a decent tool. Oh, a friction welder. Nice. I just need a friction welder battery. Let's keep searching these racks. These racks are great. Nothing in that one. Alright, I take it back. Here is a bunch of, like, wall and floor pieces. If we wanted to expand our ship. That's not something I'm going to do initially. We got to be able to pay the bills first. It might... You know, I'm going to leave the dead bodies alone. I was considering stripping them, but I'm going to leave them alone. So, if the doors that we find out here are intact, I can pry them open with the pry bar. But if they're damaged, like this one is, then they just have to be scrapped to get through. And I've only really searched a tiny fraction of the ship. So, before I continue to uninstall the nav consoles, I just want to poke around a little bit more to see if there's, like, really any low-hanging fruit that will be very expensive. Generally, these really large freighters don't have things that rack up a ton of money unless they have storage containers, but we'll see. It also depends on their RCS and other components. Do we need a new floor and wall piece for the bad ones we have? Yeah, at some point, yes. Initially, because we owe mortgage on our ship, we need to be more concerned about, like, paying off the mortgage or we're screwed. So, as much as I would like to make improvements to the ship, I need some cash flow first. Because without cash flow, we're doomed. Alright, so I'm uninstalling this O2 can, which has about 70% gas left in it. Let's say it's a nice amount of gas. And then I'll drag this back to my my little pod. I can't wait to have a power drill. Oh my god. And then all of those... Oh, my CO2 is high. So I'm going to drop this can. I'm going to try to remember that I dropped it near the fridge here. And I'm just going to bolt back to my ship because I need to get a new thing of oxygen in my suit before I, you know, die. No, don't go through there. Oh god, the conduit's sparking. Here, just sit on the nav. Or actually, you know what? Let's remember family. So, in terms of, we have physical needs. Physical needs would be food, water, oxygen, sleep, blood, things like that. There's also mental needs. So we have intimacy, which is like relationships with others. We have self-worth and respect. So, like, right now, my respect and self-worth might not be so good because I'm poor and doing illegal things. Security, autonomy, but family and contact and intimacy can often be... You can interact with your character. So, like, if I remember family, my family needs are going up. And I can browse the social apps for my contact needs going up. So I'm just doing this to pass the time so that I can refill the oxygen in my brain. It's a productive use of time, I think. Okay, cool. So that's done. All right, so what I want to do now is... Actually, I'm going to use the pry bar to pry open some of the locked crates here. Because it's possible that these locked crates have tools that will allow me to salvage this ship faster. Not this one. It's empty. All right, let's pry this one. Knuckle dusters. But no, nothing that will help me salvage the ship faster. Because right now I just have super crummy tools, and it would be great to have, like, power tools. And you can very frequently find... Oh, here's another crowbar. A crowbar that is... What condition is it in? No, stop trying to take off your suit. Stop it. In better condition than the crowbar we have. So I'll change up. Tools aren't particularly expensive, so grabbing a bunch of tools... Like, if I'm not picking something up, it's mostly because it's just not worth picking up. You can just sort of assume. So I'm going for the things that I think are either useful or have resale value. Ah, like this. That's an EVA suit. If I repair that bad boy, I can use that. Super, super useful. All right, let's go get some more oxygen in my brain. Because apparently I'm nearing my physical limits. I don't know why I'm so drained and fatigued. Probably due to lack of oxygen. Because the oxygen environment here is still very thin atmosphere within my cabin. And I can work to fix that a little bit down the line. So I'm just trying to become less fatigued and exerted. Some of that was just being in thin atmosphere, which then translates to thin atmosphere within my suit, and then prying open crates is very exerting. So it winded me, and I'm just sitting in an oxygen environment until my fatigue comes back. Because I don't want to be dragging around a... I don't want to be dragging around an oxygen tank. All right, I'm going to switch suits here. So the suit, this suit has no battery in the battery component. Got it. I was just wondering about the condition of the suit. Can I fiddle with the main station airlocks so that I fill my ship with their air? Yes, I can. But it doesn't really work because my airlock is here, and then this is a corridor exposed to space. So if this was airtight, I could, but this isn't airtight, so it could definitely be worth trying to make this corridor airtight. But it, you know, but until it's airtight, I can't like steal the station's air. With that said, the station has a docking fee, so it's not an economical way of going about it. because there are air cans on almost every derelict, and most of the air cans that you find on derelicts will have air left in them, and it's pretty easy to steal air from derelicts or salvage air if you're doing it legally. All right, so dragging the O2 canister to my ship so that I can hawk it. Just drop it there. And then I wouldn't mind. Well, let's refill our O2 before I go any further. God, my ship is such a hunk of junk. Okay. Next up, I'm going to drop the EVA suit and the friction welder on the ground, as well as the PDA and the suit's battery, so that I have more space in my inventory to grab things. Are these pumps turbo pumps? Ah. You know what? They're both not broken. So I'm going to install these turbo pumps. They're not going to net me a lot of money, but they're pretty close to my airlock, so they're kind of safe to grab as a result. Because once my CO2 meters go up, I'm only a few steps away from a fresh breath of air. But treating my cabin like this is going to wear down my my O2 cans full of oxygen. This is a really inefficient way to pressurize my cabin, because every time I open these doors, like, all of the oxygen rushes out and then has to be refilled. So many improvements that could be made to this this ship, which is good. All right, I got my ox back. Let's get back to it. And any progress you made on installing something, it picks back up. So you don't have to restart the process. So a partial uninstall, you know, is still helpful. Pick that up, drag it to the corridor, and drop it on the ground. And things can layer and stack, as you can see. So I have, like, layers of stuff. I'm going to hop onto the nav station and just see if there's, like, local police around. Not that I can see. They would be in orange. So I think I'm good for more salvagey salvage. Albeit illegal salvagey salvage, but salvagey salvage. Ooh, we're holding our breath well this time. So once I have these pumps on board, I'm going to go maybe back to the nav station that I started to grab. I would like to search more of this ship. It's a huge ship. Oh, and look, my uninstall is ×2. We got better at uninstalling parts. Practice makes perfect. So what's illegal about this? So the danger here is getting caught in the act, mostly. Being caught on not your ship without a salvage license is illegal. I would like to get to this section of the cargo bay. I think I'm going to decide to search the ship before I salvage the parts, because I want to go after the most expensive parts. And it's possible that a ship like this has a fusion core somewhere, which would be a huge windfall of cash. Oh, good. It's a working door, so I can pry it open. Swell. Oh, and another EVA suit. And this one is not broken. That is awesome. Awesome, awesome. We have a D20 tank with a lot of deuterium in it. That is a good find. This is a heavy water tank used for a fusion reactor, and it's worth a tidy sum of money. All right, let's reoxygenate. How much money is? It depends on how much fuel's in it and what condition it's in and who's buying it. There's a lot of factors. Will it fit in my ship? Yeah, it'll fit. All right, we got some O2. Let's drop the suit, although I'd love to start using the suit. But I would need a helmet to go with it. And an O2 bottle, and a battery, and... yeah. Probably a charging port, and a lot of other things. Yeah, we'll slap this on the hood. You can see up here in the top right, its rough value estimate. So $5 money is a lot. And it's a very filled tank. I think it goes up to 400k, so it's like basically full. So if I was to ballpark what I think it's going to be worth, it really depends on if I can sell it as legitimate salvage or not. I think in my case it might be, unless I can find a fence for it, a black market fence. If I sold it as a legitimate salvage, it might be worth about 20k. Which is a lot. Maybe even more. Alright, so this last run I should be able to uninstall it. Whereas the two nav chairs would be about 6k each. Thereabouts. I'm feeling a little hungry. Maybe I'll find some trenchers here. Alright, CO2 is already high, so I'll drag it next run. These pressure suits suck. If you're wondering, the EVA suits with a full battery and a full oxygen bottle in them, you can wear them for like days at a time, maybe a day or two before they run out of charge. Which makes salvaging ships a lot nicer than these pressure suits, which are just so very annoying. Alright, let's grab a little lunch. Kung Pao chicken. This food sucks. It's like freeze-dried, barely chicken. But, you know, gets the job done, I guess. We can long for better meals later. Alright, we picked it up, and we'll drag it here. There it is. Let's reoxygenate while we're here. Organize the to-do list, which raises achievement. And then remember cheating death, which raises achievement too. Alright, let's get back in there. So if they had a D20 tank, it does mean this was a ship with a fusion reactor at some point. because the D20 tanks are used in fusion reactors. So let's see if there's any remnants of that reactor left. Often, there isn't. It's been stripped out, but we'll see. All right, N2 tanks. That one's 40%. There's some racks here. Oh, this is not too cheap of a part. And there's also a battery charger that I'm going to grab, and grav injectables, which is pretty expensive too. So this thing is used to line reactors, the ablative reactor liners, and they're a pretty penny. The battery charger allows me to recharge the batteries that I use in the friction welder. And then this drug is you take to withstand high G strain, and it's expensive. It's about as expensive. I mean, if we right click it, you can see it's a $2 rough value, which isn't a ton. And then the liner is a $3 rough value. $2 would be something around $100. Oh, wow, there's more liners. Okay, I'm going to put the liners on the ground so I can find them more easily. So I would say like $5 signs means like 25K-ish. $4 signs means about 10K-ish. $3 signs means about 1,000 or two. $2 signs is about $100, and less than a $1 sign is like less than $100 in terms of total value. So those ablative liners, I'm going to drag over to the ship 2. You're up. Get some oxygen to the brain. And let's put the charger down and the grav drug down. The liners were somewhere around there. Different tools have different batteries. So you have kind of like green tools and red tools, Gott and Halverson, and then Weber tool. So there's like 3 different types of batteries for tools. So this Gott soldering iron, I could get a Gott power drill, and the Gott power drill would also have the same battery type as the Gott soldering iron, but the friction welder that I have is a red tool type, so it's going to have a red battery. So there's white batteries, red batteries, and green batteries. Green and red batteries are common, white batteries are more expensive, and it's for better tools. Do I have any recommendations what to do when you lose your pressure suit and are broke? You met a pirate and they destroyed your suit? Lie, cheat, and steal. It's not something I want to do, but technically speaking, you can steal stuff on K-Leg. So if you're really hard-pressed for money, wait until the law ain't looking and steal what isn't nailed down on K-Leg and sell it to the fence. You won't make a lot of money, but, you know, if you steal enough doors and open enough crates, you might be able to make ends meet. The last ship I docked had a pirate, and I was like, I noped out of there very fast. Because if they stab you, and you have no money, you're probably going to die. Or at the very least, your suit will be destroyed, and then you'll die. Possibly in that order. Yeah, the game's hardcore, man. Mistakes are rough. So count it as a learning experience, and chalk it up as a not a total loss, because you survived it. All right, we have a pretty tidy sum. I'm going to hop on the nav station again, see if any law is, no, it's pretty law-free in my neck of the woods. All right, let's keep going. So I haven't actually found the reactor room yet. Am I moving? Oh, come on, dude. Move. Can't reach this location? Yeah, you can. So I'd like to try to find where the reactor room is. It's probably behind a broken door. Oh, is that another... Yeah, that's a Bingham battery. That's a EVA suit bat. Actually, I think the reactor... Well, no, because Kangs were installed there. The reactor might have been in here, but there's not enough space for a reactor. I'm really confused about the layout of this this ship, to be honest. Because they had a D20 tank, which screams reactor, but then I don't see where the reactor would be installed. I'm trying to figure that out. What, in here? No, that's not it. Oh, more crates. Heat sinks. Water pouches. Oh, I needed food. Take that food. Oh, no, this is the entryway. Yeah, okay, I've already been through these crates. All right, let's re-O2 up. And I think the last place I haven't searched is beyond where I found the nav portals. So I'm going to go back that way. Now, hypothetically, you can analyze someone's death and report it to the authorities for like a bounty or reward. That would be another way of making money, but I'm not going to do that for role-playing reasons because I have no legal right to be on this ship. I don't want to self-incriminate to be like, yeah, I found a dead body on a... Oh, wait. No, never mind. You know, you get what I'm saying? So some of the decisions I'm making here are like purely role-playing decisions. Ooh, a dolly! I freaking love dollies. Oh, dollies are great. So dollies allow you to move big, heavy things multiple at a time. So you know all those, Oh, and a bigger backpack? Hell yeah. So, all of those liners, for instance, could have been fit on one dolly. So, dollies are amazing. And I found a bigger backpack, which is awesome. I'm just, searching the backpacks that are here to see if there's anything left in them. No, don't equip the coveralls. Oh god, no. Okay, so let's haul this dolly back to our salvage rig. Dollies are also expensive. They're about 6K to buy. So I'm definitely going to keep it because it's going to help me salvage ships a lot more efficiently. But even if I wasn't keeping it, it's an expensive item. Not everything can go on a dolly though. So for instance, those nav computers can't be dollied, nor can the D20 tank. So it's mostly smaller items that go on dollies. If they're too big, they need to be dragged. Thank you for watching Ostranauts, which originally streamed live as a marathon December 21st and December 22nd. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below, but please keep in mind this streamed once as a marathon and this episode was cut from it, so feedback cannot be incorporated. And also, no spoilers please, so please keep them out of the comments. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, people that participated within the marathon, and also viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow Ostranauts.